Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to another WWE Predictions with me, GD and Hanksy. How are you, Hanksy, this week?
I'm all good. How are you, GD?
I'm well. I think it is time that we move things up a gear, getting close on the road to Wrestlemania, and slip into the Fastlane. I've been saving to say that for the past week. So, mate, we are going to kick straight off with one of the WWE women's matches. We have Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. So let us begin. So, okay, where do we start with this one? I think now is this the second time these two have faced each other in pay-per-view? The last time it was in the kickoff show, wasn't it? And the only reason I've added this match instead of the kickoff show match is because we've had Nia Jax added into having a match at pay-per-views. And if people don't know, in WWE 2K17, she's a downloadable character. I've never had the chance to use her in any of our predictions yet. So that's the main reason we've had this match. But anyway, let's go on with this. So, Hanksy, you've told me you're not a huge fan of Nia Jax. Is that true?
I don't know, I'm not looking forward to this. I go on there. I think it's going to be pretty much a non-contest again. But it's just, I just don't like. I don't like her. I don't like her. She's not a good wrestler, in my opinion. It's just sheer size.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, we've had many women's wrestlers come through. Women's superstars come through WWE. We've had. Do you remember Karma, for crying out loud? Who lasted about a week. And
we've had it in the past.
We've had it in the past.
It's not a new thing, is it?
Yeah, and the thing is, we've had very successful women, strong women in WWE. One, of course, being China, and another one who has been inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, Beth Phoenix. But both of them, the difference is with both Beth Phoenix and China is that they were great. They had great ring skill. They weren't just relying on that they're this big person. And not just that, they're highly entertaining. The thing is, to a point that one of them is in the Hall of Fame, the other one has been a lot of us wanting her to be in the Hall of Fame. But like I said, with Nia Jax, it's okay, she's really new still in the WWE. But
she's not that new, though. She's not that new. She was in NXT before, and it's just... I just find it. I find her boring. Yeah. And it's just a case of she's so big. She can pick them up and throw them around and stuff. And it'll be the same with this, and it annoys me because to be fair, she is such a good wrestler.
Yes.
Sasha Banks, and we've seen such amazing stuff over the past, over the past couple of weeks.
Over the past year, She, we said, that both Sasha Banks and Charlotte has pretty much put women on the map over the last year. In WWE terms. And I do agree. It feels a little bit of a sad point that you've got Charlotte, who is basically moved on to Bayley, and you've got Sasha Banks here, who is stuck. I hate to say it, with...
So it fails, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is, okay...
So it fails, it's...
Well, it was like...
and it's...
it's like...
I think it's... I don't know. It's the problem is... And we're seeing it with the men. We're seeing it with the men, with the same with Braun Strowman.
Yes.
I think, a little bit.
But...
where it's just, they're so big, and that's it. That's what they do.
But the difference is with Braun Strowman, he is entertaining. Outside the ring, he is still very entertaining. Nia Jax, on the other hand, she doesn't really have the mic skills. She had, we've seen she doesn't. I think do you know who she actually reminds me of? And I hate to say this because I heard rumours that she is coming back. She reminds me of Tamina Snuka a little bit.
Yes, well, I've heard it's coming back as well.
But same.
But it's like she can't do any of the. She can't do anything athletic.
No.
You know, she can't do the stuff, the leaps around and stuff like. And it's like for me, it's women's wrestling over the last the last 2 years really. I think since the whole AJ style, not AJ style, AJ Lee and Paige, and they moved it on to start with.
Yeah.
And it's like
geek culture.
Women's wrestling has moved on.
Yes.
And this just feels to me like it's a little bit, I don't know, of a retrograde step with her, because she can't do the athletic stuff, and that's what we like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we've seen that. It's been so good with, with Sasha and Charlotte and Bailey, and what's been going on with Becky and
Alexa Bliss.
And Alexa Bliss, and it's just been some fantastic stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then this, to me, is just boring.
Well, it's like there was a tag team match on Raw this past week.
Yeah.
And basically the card had Sasha Banks and Bailey versus Charlotte and Dana Brooks. And when you saw that card, and I've seen this so many times on Twitter, it goes, spot the odd one out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dana Brooke. But it's
and she's definitely fallen out of favour because they were looking to do something with her, and it seems to have just gone.
I feel sorry for Dana Brooke as well a little bit, because she is trying to do her a favour in Raw, in the Wars Women division, where it's dominated by 3 women: Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Bailey, which of course is 3 of the 4 horsewomen. Yeah. And I understand that. I can already see where this is going. I can see Nia Jax versus, I'm hoping, Bailey.
Yeah.
When it comes to WrestleMania, I think that's a lot of us can already see that happening.
Again, I don't want to see that.
I know you don't.
You know?
But...
So we're going to see Bailey being thrown around the ring, and it's just boring. Because the thing is, actually, it's this, they've got to build up this thing about Nia Jax being this immovable object, this force, because that's all she's got going for her.
Yeah. The thing is, once she's been defeated, it's going to be a long drop, and it'll be interesting to see how she will recover. Now, my question here is, who do you think will win this match? Do you think it's going to be Sasha, or do you think it's going to be Nia Jax?
I think it's going to be Nia Jax. I think it'll be
domination.
Nia Jax. I think it'll be reasonably quick, and then she'll just dominate her.
I agree. I think it's going to be Nia Jax, but she's going to dominate her. The thing is, like we said, this is not the first time they have faced each other in pay-per-view. No. And last time, Nia Jax did the same thing. She completely dominated Sasha Banks. So before we move on to our next match, we do want to speak about something that has happened over on SmackDown. Now, during Elimination Chamber, we had the match Naomi versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, if people don't know, Naomi ended up winning that match and became the Women's Champion. Unfortunately, during that match, Naomi ended up getting injured, which meant that she unfairly had to surrender the Women's Championship. To a point now, we've heard that she probably won't even be able to make it to WrestleMania, which is, if anything, it is heartbreaking.
It's a big shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a shame.
So, Hanksy, what do you think of this whole situation? Like you said, it's a huge shame to see that happen to Naomi, and it's got to hurt even more because we all know this was her. It was home WrestleMania as well. People don't know Naomi is from Florida herself, and she's not even, by things sounding, she's not even going to be able to star with the championship in her own hometown. No. So
it's a shame, isn't it? It is a shame because she's been around. I mean, she feels like she's been around a long. I mean, was she one of the? I think
she was one of the.
Was she one of the Funkadactyls? Was she a Funkadactyl? She was a Funkadactyl.
Yeah, it was her and Cameron.
So this is still going back 2 or 3 years now. So she's been in the business a while. She's worked bloody hard. She's came through that era where women's wrestling was struggling a little bit and came out of that. And I do feel very sorry for her actually.
The thing is, I do feel sorry, and at the same time, I think we were all shocked because if people, you can always go back and check our predictions for Elimination Chamber. Which, if you wait until the end, we have got a playlist of our WWE predictions. Where people who are watching this on YouTube on Sunday, sorry, just want to cover that a bit.
Yeah.
But if people go back, we basically completely writ off Naomi ourselves, didn't we? To a point
we
that,
did, absolutely.
And
neither of us gave her a chance
because she's always been the behind the B list of that, and even when she went to SmackDown, it felt the same way as well. But at the moment, like I said, hopefully she'll recover very quickly. Hopefully she will show up at WrestleMania in just a walking role or something like that. I think that's the least she could get from this. But like I said, all the best. Hope she heals up very quickly and gets another shot at the WWE Women's Championship when she's better again.
I hope so, don't you?
Yeah.
We do hope that this isn't going to be her shot and that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing is with SmackDown, are struggling. I think with the women's division is struggling a little bit, just because across the two divisions, I think the same with Raw. There aren't enough women on the roster, and it's causing issues.
Well, hopefully after WrestleMania, we've got what rumours we've heard that we're going to be probably getting a few women coming up or coming back. So it's like we've already got Mickie James back for SmackDown. I think there's rumours of some others coming back as well.
Yeah, there is.
So anyway, mate, let's move on to our next match, which will be for the Raw Tag Team Championships, I think, if I put this in the right order. Yes, it is. It is the club, also known as Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass.
Yeah.
Which is going to be great because I hate it, and people know I hate it, when it's teams that have got both of their surnames and not a nice little name for their actual thing.
But that's becoming, to be fair, common norm these days.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Actually, you think about tag teams now, it's becoming the norm.
So
although not in NXT, so it shows,
NXT is actually going the right path. The last time they had a team that was, what's it called? This and this, was the two that's standing in the ring right now. Oh, wait, Blake and Murphy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, they're not surnames. Or are they? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, let's talk about this. So, the club have the championships.
I think about time as well. I think we'd all agree.
I agree. It's about time. The thing is, both. I'm going to just say the club because it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, the club. The thing is, they have now been around for quite a while themselves. I think they came during the summer last year, didn't they? To help with AJ and John Cena storyline a little bit. And the thing is, they've been dominated. They have been dominating in the tag team division. And it was, like you said, it was about time for them to win the championship.
I think so. Well, it took so long because of the whole New Day beating the record thing, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's what made it take so long.
Which we need to talk about that. New Day are going to be host of WrestleMania. And I'm expecting some ice cream. I am really expecting ice cream. If they
ice lollies it is.
Oh, screw that! No, I don't give a damn. I expect some kind of ice treat.
No, it's ice. Well, ice pops, I believe, as they're called in the States. That's what we're going to be getting.
New Day pops.
So apparently they are ready to go. So.
Oh God! If you want to make a new product in WWE that is off the wall, just give it to New Day. They can do something with it. But like you said, the whole thing was getting New Day to break the record for longest holding champions, and it was nice to see that Sheamus and Cesaro ended up breaking their streak anyway.
Yeah.
But now it feels like an actual proper team has got the championships again. Nothing wrong with Cesaro and Sheamus. I think they are great together. But the thing is, they were basically just merged into one, like an odd couple situation.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And now we've actually got coveted champions, by the way. They've been champions across the board themselves. Facing Enzo and Kaz, who have never won a championship.
No, because they never even had the NXT championships, did they?
Which they did actually mention during one of the Royal shows as well, that they had never won a championship, including NXTs. So, do you think it is about time for them to win the championship?
I'd like to see them win the championship. Because, and we've spoken about this before, haven't we, I think, but I think there's going to be a time coming up where Enzo and where Cass is going to go more into the single.
And probably see Enzo go more in the managerial role.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Makes sense. Because they are great.
Yeah.
They're brilliant. He is so entertaining on the mic. We all love him. But
oh God, yeah.
I do think it's coming to a point where Cass is going to be taking more of a, single.
The thing is, we can see with Cass, and like you said, we've mentioned this many times, we can see him being quite easily fit in the Universal Championship picture. Very easily. I feel like that he still does need Enzo with him, even if he goes down the single route. But they do need a tag team championship together. The thing is, next to the New Day, I'm easily say that Enzo and Cass are probably one of the better tag teams that Raw has.
Definitely, in terms of entertainment-wise.
Oh God, yeah.
They're definitely up there.
Well, the thing is, how many times have we seen them basically run their mouth and get themselves... Sorry, we've seen Enzo run his mouth and get himself into trouble.
Yeah.
And then Cass is there just to clean things up. But, like I said, the thing is, I'm happy that the Club of the Champions. It's just that, I hate to say this, they are a little bit boring.
Oh, they are, yeah.
They're your generic tag team, if anything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh great, you've got two guys who are bold with goatees.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
no, I agree. They are boring. But as I say, I think it's about time. I do think it's about time they got it, because they've won it everywhere they've been, and they deserve to win it. But I miss the New Day. I'll put it out there. I miss the entertainment we had with the New Day. You know
and
I think because we haven't had that.
I think Enzo and Cass could fill that void.
Yeah, very easily.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not. Look, it's not like we haven't got the New Day there anymore. It's just that they're more focused on ice cream.
Yeah, absolutely. You know. Well, they're still entertaining, but I do miss them having the titles. I like them having the titles.
I want to talk about one more thing, which we've heard rumours about as well. So there has been a ton of rumours to a point that now that this certain tag team are not part of Impact Wrestling anymore.
Yes.
Yes. So the tag team we're talking about is the Hardy brothers. Well, they are brothers.
Broken Hardys.
Yeah, the Broken Hardys.
Yeah.
So, do you think we will see them coming back to the WWE? And if so,
I have been so excited this week about the prospect of them coming back.
Oh my God! I want them back.
I'm desperate just to see
Broken Hardy.
Just to see some news somewhere about it. And at the moment, it still doesn't look like it's nailed on.
It doesn't help where we've got. It doesn't help where we've got Matt Hardy basically tweeting anyone in the sports entertainment industry. He's saying, "I want to come up first. Well, you know where we are." And then he's got him going all the way over where New Japan Wrestling is with Omega and that lot going.
Which is the only
what?
And New Japan is the only place they haven't really been undominated.
But please come back to WWE first.
They've won in WWE. They've won in TNA. They've won at Ring of Honor.
Yes.
The only one of any real, ignoring Lucha Underground.
Yeah, sorry, Lucha Underground.
Championship of any real sort of weight that they haven't won
is the SmackDown.
Yeah. It's New Japan. I mean, I really want them. I think I don't. It would fit, particularly with the talk of because of rumours that Bray Wyatt might be turning face.
Okay.
Which is interesting because we've never seen that before, and that would work with if there was a feud between Bray and Matt in particular. I think that could really work.
At the moment, what I would love to see, and I feel like this could happen because what we 4 or 5 weeks away from WrestleMania now. I think it's 4 weeks, isn't it? Yeah, from the next pay-per-view.
It must be 4 weeks because they've been pushing the fact that if you buy,
from Thursday,
buy the subscription service from Thursday, from yesterday as it was.
Yeah. You get both Fastlane and
both,
WrestleMania.
so it must be 4 weeks.
Yeah. By the way, the subscription service we're talking about is WWE Network. But if you're watching this, I'm guessing you already know what that is.
Yeah. And if you haven't got it,
it's
definitely worth having. It's definitely worth having, actually.
We are not being paid to say that. We're actually saying it.
I'm honestly saying actually it's a subscription service. The amount that's on there, hours of entertainment plus the pay-per-views, which if you watch a pay-per-view every month.
It does amount up, I'm going to be honest.
It's cheaper to have the network than it is to actually pay box office on Sky or whatever it might be.
Or whatever your service is, of course.
Yeah, Virgin, whatever you've got.
Anyway, mate, who do you think will win this match?
I think it's going to be Gallows and Anderson, but I want it to be Enzo and Cass. I really want it to be Enzo and Cass.
I'm going to say Enzo and Cass.
Because I think this will probably be their only chance.
Yes. I'm going to say Enzo and Cass myself.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that, like you said, this is probably going to be one of their only chances that they will get a shot at it. Won't be their only chance to get a shot at it, but the big chance of getting hold of it. And it'll be more entertaining watching them come into WrestleMania with the championships. Just saying.
Oh, so much. Yeah.
According to the game, Enzo and Cass are going to be walking out with the Raw Tag Team Championships. So
let's hope it's right.
Yes. So anyway, mate, let's move on to our next match, which is, as I'm trying to scroll down, for the Cruiserweight Championship. Jack Gallagher versus
I'm actually looking
Neville.
forward to this. I don't particularly care for the Cruiserweights normally, but it's really come on over the last month,
quick question. Are you mainly looking forward to this for the fact that both of these competitors who are in the ring are both English?
It's partly that. There's something nice about that, isn't it?
It is nice. We don't really get that opportunity that we've had. Well, apart from the UK Championship, but that is a completely separate matter. But for an actual big championship in a pay-per-view, at least, it is very weird.
But also, I think it's really come on the last month. The rivalry, having Neville as champion is brilliant because I like Rick Swan. He's a nice guy, but it's not fantastically interesting, is it?
The thing is, Neville has,
in my opinion.
The thing is, you can definitely tell from the experience between Rick Swan and Neville themselves of how much entertaining. And Neville's basically nailed down this whole heel. I'm now the king of the cruiserweights thing, and it's just. And the thing is, you cannot do that with anyone outside of the UK. It's just, I don't know what it is, because people look at us in the UK and think, posh royalty, that makes sense.
Yeah, because obviously they did it with King Barrett, didn't they, before?
Yeah, and do you know how we know it works quite well? You've basically got someone from Newcastle with a Geordie accent, and he can basically do it better than someone from the US.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Saints, how you doing, mate?
I'm looking forward to this. I think it's come on over the last 4 weeks. It's really come on, and it's looking interesting at the moment.
Well, I think it also does help, like I said, for the last 4 weeks, that we've known it being Jack Gallagher versus Neville. The thing is, out of the Cruiserweight division at the moment, apart from Brian Kendrick, of course, these two are brilliant when it comes to mic skills. The thing is, Jack Gallagher has basically got that whole gentleman side in place as well. We've got Neville, who's doing great as a heel, which he definitely needed that move. He did need that move. The thing is, to a point now
And
that
it's
he's
really
been put
worked for
onto
him.
it's worked for him that it's
really
actually
worked
putting
for
him
him.
back on TV again.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, he's been away because he's been injured, but even when he was here in the WWE, he did a whole. It was like a whole Kofi Kingston thing when he started.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy can jump very high. He's all high flying, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And
What was the whole man that gravity had forgotten type stuff they did with him on it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely done him some good. And I think Jet Gallagher is brilliant.
Yes.
But, you know, he really moves stuff on.
He knows how to use an umbrella properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing is, I'm going to say this, Jack. Sticking with one of these, Jack Gallagher at the moment, he has actually kind of surprised me over his time in the WWE so far, because he kind of came out of nowhere with me.
Yeah, I think that. And he's when he first came on, I thought, it's a bit of a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a gimmick. But yeah, it's really worked for him.
Yes, definitely. Sorry about that a little bit. I'd like to point out we are trying a new system with how we're streaming this, so that we can stream it on other platforms like Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Beam. We are testing things out at the same time while we're doing these pay-per-views, so there might be a few little bit glitches with the actual video at the moment, so I'm sorry ahead of time. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it's the thing is, we've seen him in when it was during the Cruiserweight Championship, but with the whole Cruiserweight Championship, it was more about the wrestling and less about the mic. About
They didn't
the
have the storylines. They didn't
No.
need the storylines, did they? Because it was, there was obviously the brackets. We knew what was going on.
Yes.
So, and I think the storylines, we've talked about this in previous episodes. The storylines haven't been that strong.
No.
I don't think.
I think this has been the strongest storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Oates. Your stream of the pay-per-view is still better than anything TNA can put on right now. I like before we say anything about that, you got to remember it's not TNA anymore because they've even dropped that part of it.
It's just Impact now.
It's not just Impact.
Wrestling now. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. I do feel sorry for that. The thing is,
I don't.
Yeah, it's gonna die.
I
It's gonna
really
die.
don't.
It's one of those kind of things that just won't die. And now that everyone's fleeing the ship, who are they stuck with? They're stuck
Apart
with Bobby
from,
Lashley.
What's his name? Apart from apparently Alberto Del.
No. He's not even going there now.
I thought he was.
No, that's all fell through.
All right, I thought I'd read that this morning, so that must have been quickly. But yeah, so shows where I thought that shows where his career's gone.
Yeah. Well,
maybe it's where Jack Swagger will end up.
Oh yeah, that's something he's asking for his contract to. He's asked to be released from his contract as well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
but
he's asked to be released, but he hasn't been yet. So,
if anything, with Jack Swagger, I do feel sorry for him. The thing is, we have mentioned it a couple of times. I think we mentioned it in the last pay-per-view, didn't we? Where he came over to SmackDown. He had a little bit of a feud with Baron Corbin, and then he just completely disappeared. And
the feud didn't make sense, did it?
No, it didn't. He just wanted to fight big people.
Yeah. You know, that's the problem. The feud didn't make sense, and that's the thing that's been different about SmackDown. Actually, is to be fair, the storylines have tended to, apart from the Dolph Ziggler.
That's the thing about looking at SmackDown. Probably the Jack Swagger one was probably one of the worst ones they've had. Raw, on the other hand.
Oh yeah, don't stop.
Oh, anyway, first of all, who do you think will walk away with the championship?
I think Neville will walk away with it, and then I think the feud will carry on to WrestleMania.
I'm going to agree with you. I think Neville does still need a bit longer with the championship. Myself, not saying that Jack Gallagher is. Like I said, I think this feud is going to continue going on for a bit. But
I mean, Neville could hardly carry on calling himself King of the Cruiserweights if he only held the title for like 2 weeks.
We're on about. We've had what's it called? Wade Barrett called himself. Then again, he had the King of the Ring, didn't he?
That was King of the Ring. Yeah. So
bring that back, by the way.
He didn't.
If you're going to do one, bring that back too. We want to see some King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Saint
we might get that back this year.
Oh, yeah. Saint says, I really feel bad for the guys at TNA. I was a big TNA fan, but Dixie Carter fucked them up so much that she left nothing behind. Just hope now that Grotbags has gone, they can rebuild. Doubt it, though. I feel like it is basically a sinking ship.
I think the brand is just too damaged now.
Yeah. The thing is, if anything, I'll give it probably about a year, maybe 2 years. We're going to see another WWE, WCW takeover, and this time it will be, unfortunately, Impact.
Well, that was on the cards this time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was it was one of the options.
Yeah. They were looking at taking it on, and didn't.
Yeah. Before we move on to our next match, I want to talk about something as well. The UK Championship. Might as well, while we've got 2 UK stars here. So what it looks like is that they are trying to merge the UK stuff in with NXT.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I mean, I want to see a UK show.
Yes.
That's what I want. And I think eventually that seems to be what they want. It's definitely what Triple H wanted when he launched it. So I suppose they had to do something because he won the championship. They can't then they can't then just ignore that and do nothing with it.
Yeah. I feel like that they are still going to be doing a UK show. It's just that I feel like the thing is, it was only January that they had the championship, the championship tournament itself. I feel like give it probably a couple of months' time, probably around about summer. I think they want to just get the whole WrestleMania thing out of the way first, and then we'll probably be seeing something like that popping up. The last thing,
I hope so.
Hopefully they have learnt from what happened with the Cruiserweights, which is starting to become successful. It's just that it has taken a lot of effort. It took a while. Yeah. But with the UK, you know that there's a huge fan base. Well, look, we've got me, you, and Saints, who's in chat at the moment. We're fans of wrestling here, and I know a lot of other people who are fans of wrestling who do want to see this come to the WWE. We want wrestling back in the WWE, in the UK. Sorry.
Yeah.
Saints also.
I think we'll get it.
Yes,
I think we'll get it. I just think it's gonna. As I say, at the moment, they've got to do something with this championship, otherwise it just sits on his back.
Exactly.
And
I think
that's it, isn't it?
It's nice to see that. The thing is, they put it in NXT because it is. Yes, NXT does need a little bit of help at times at the moment, especially if they keep taking the stars. But that is the point of NXT. It's a developmental. This is going to happen.
Well, Triple H says different at the moment, doesn't it? That's the interesting bit with it, actually. Triple H is sort of saying it's not. He wants it to be a third brand, which is.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
We don't want it to end up an ECW third brand. That's the problem.
I don't think the stars see it that way. I think the stars see it as
a stepping stone.
And I think if they were to get stuck in NXT and not move up anywhere, then they'd feel
left out.
Their careers aren't moving on.
I think it doesn't help where everyone like us are looking at it and thinking the same thing. It's developmental. The thing is, we love NXT. NXT is brilliant, and it is very refreshing to see the new talent come through that way. But still, you need to see them coming up into Raws and SmackDown so that they get into the pay-per-view position. Anyway, Saint says one more thing about TNA. A TNA takeover in WWE. With who is left, it'll be EC3 and Lashley versus all of WWE. Makes for a great show, doesn't it? I'm not thinking of TNA taking over WWE. I'm thinking WWE basically engulfing TNA to a point that we're going to see new stars showing up in NXT. Yes, that's where Lashley and EC3 probably end up at this rate. Yeah. But anyway, let's move on to our next match. While I look for the remote, there we are. Which will be, if I got this right, Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. Right, this was not planned to be this, was it?
This came out of nowhere, didn't it? I bet.
Right, I think. Right,
I like it.
I like it. Yes, I agree. I do like it, but I think the original plan was supposed to be Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Until, well, Seth Rollins got injured again.
Yes. Yes, because this was going to be. I presume this was going to be the road to WrestleMania for Seth Rollins. He was going to have to take. If he was going to get Triple H, he has to go through Joe. I think was what they were going to do.
So, in other words, what we're trying to say here.
Joe went through.
Yeah. But what we're trying to say here is WrestleMania is going to be Triple H versus Sami Zayn.
It's the match we all want to see, isn't it?
Hey, look, I wouldn't complain about that. You know me, I'm a fan of Sami Zayn.
I love Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I think Sami's great. And I'm happy. And you know what? I think he's great. And I'm glad that he's got this opportunity to shine again, because we haven't seen it in a while. I think he could be we talked about this before, haven't we? We said it. I think it was SummerSlam or Backlash, whatever it was last year.
Yeah.
Where it was him versus Kevin Owens.
SummerSlam.
They stole the show. Yeah, they stole the show. And since then, obviously, Kevin Owens has gone in one direction. Sami Zayn has become, well, it's just this whole I'm going to pick on people bigger than me sort of.
Is that actually classed as picking on people when they're bigger than you? When one of those people that he was picking on was Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. Yeah.
They're basically the walking wrecking ball.
Yeah. So, I just think that it's nice to see him back in the full pay-per-view picture.
Yes, I agree.
And I think this could be a good match, because I don't think this is going to be a match where Joe just takes him apart.
No, I don't either.
To be fair, this is Joe's first pay-per-view, and he needs to show off what he can do in order to build up the legend.
Well, the thing is, this isn't the first time with Samoa Joe that we've seen him on TV and that lot. The thing is, he is someone who's came up from NXT, of course.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about TNA a little bit ourselves. He was basically one of the big shots at TNA when he was there.
Yeah.
And his persona which his persona is still now, is a wrecking ball, and it worked well.
Yeah, he's the Destroyer, isn't he? I mean, his Twitter handle is the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Which we should have all picked up, really, when Triple H said, "Come meet your Destroyer." We should have maybe picked that up, shouldn't we? But
you say that, but at the same time, we look at Triple H and think, well, he has destroyed many people's careers and basically buried them.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Look at what he did to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
For a big guy, he can move well around the ring.
And Mick Foley.
Yeah. Oh God, poor Mick Foley. But the thing is, Samoa Joe. I'm happy that he's moved up to this position, and that he's moved up as a heel as well. But now,
God, and he's so good as a heel.
Oh God, yes.
And I think we're getting what we're starting to see now is the creation of a heel stable again.
I can already see
a new heel stable.
I can already see how it's
going. A new heel stable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Around Triple H. Triple H with his two NXT guys, Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens, and it's going to be brutal.
Whoa, Kevin Owens?
Yeah, don't you think?
No, I was going to think Ty Dillinger.
No. It was going to be. It's going to be good. I mean, it's going to be brutal.
Well, the thing is, it's like Saint says, and we've seen Samoa Joe. Well, we saw what he was like with Cesaro earlier this week. The thing is, Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens, their move sets, the way that they move around the ring is pretty much the same way. They're basically two men who you look at them thinking, yeah, they're not really going to be moving around that. And then you see them in the ring.
They shouldn't be able to do what they do, should they?
Oh, God, they should not be doing what they should do. Nowhere near. But they do, and they do it brilliantly. And it just proves that we've got Samoa Joe, who is making brilliant main event matches in Raw. He's done it with NXT. And I'm expecting the same. I won't be surprised if these two steal the show at this pay-per-view as well.
Yeah, I think it could be really, really good.
You look at Kevin Owens when he came up to the WWE as well with John Cena. He did pretty much the same thing. They basically stole the show. And with Kevin Owens, he's been doing it time and time and time and time again. Which
Yeah.
The only reason I don't think he's going to do it this time is because who he's working with. But we'll get back.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later on. But yeah, like you're saying with Samoa Joe, it's I'm happy he's here, and Sami Zayn is giving him an opportunity to spread his wings. He's going to, like he did with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And hopefully this time after this, it will be put in a position where we're going to see him shine a lot more. And
I want to see it. I want to see that because I think Sami Zayn is great.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I think he's been a little mistreated over the last...
I still think he should be moved to SmackDown.
Last 6 months or so. Yeah.
But then again, why would you want to move someone like Sami Zayn over to SmackDown and make SmackDown even better?
Yeah, they ain't going to move him now, are they?
No, of course not. They want to try and work... All right, I've got something to say about Raw. We might as well say this. Now, compared to SmackDown and Raw, SmackDown is winning, aren't they?
SmackDown's swiping the floor with Raw at the moment.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been saying this, and I highly agree with this. It's that bloody third hour.
Yeah.
The thing is...
Yeah, it could be.
It
could be slightly flabby.
Well, a lot of people are saying that in that last third, that's when they lose a lot of their numbers, and it shouldn't be like that. That's where your main event matches are.
Yeah, but the main event matches haven't been good enough.
Oh well,
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They haven't been good enough. And why haven't they been good enough? Because they've been concentrating on the likes of Brock Lesnar and Goldberg.
Which I'm gonna say this now. Oh yes, we already understand that match is going to be happening at WrestleMania. I'm going to be honest, I do not give a damn.
No, mate. I don't care.
The thing is, we've got Goldberg, who at the moment, and I highly agree with Kevin Owens, the longer the match goes with Goldberg, the less likely Goldberg's going to win that match. Yeah. And then you've got Brock Lesnar, and we've said this many times like, when we first started doing these predictions. I hate him holding any championship because he is never there. And
he never defends it.
Exactly.
I don't want...
What happened to the 30-day rule? I'm just saying now.
Yeah. I mean, this is it, isn't it? That's...
Yeah, it's just...
I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but my concern is that Goldberg and Brock Lesnar will be fighting out at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship.
Yes,
and as I say, on the same day, I don't want two part-timers fighting over to see which part-timer is going to hold the championship.
Yeah. Anyway, mate, we're going to move on to our next match in a minute. But first of all, who do you think is going to win between Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn?
I think Samoa Joe will win. I think he has to really to move his character on a little bit.
Yeah, I highly agree. I think Samoa Joe is going to win this match as well. The thing is, this is his first pay-per-view, major pay-per-view that is going to be. We've got
if he was to lose because of the way they've used Sami Zayn. If he was to lose his first pay-per-view match against Sami Zayn,
God, that would shoot him up very quickly.
Yeah, you'd be asking yourself, well, who is this guy and why does he matter? You know.
We've got someone on Beam, Cheney, saying that they agree with you guys on that about all the part-timer stuff. I'm tired of part-timers having the title going into Mania. They need to keep Joe looking strong. Yes. Yeah, I agree here. They do need to make him look strong, especially leading into WrestleMania. All right, I've got a question. Who do you think Samoa Joe will be facing at WrestleMania? Because he's going to have a match, isn't he?
You would have thought so, but I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, and I don't know.
Well, rumours are it might be Triple H.
Well, no, because Triple H will be...
Well, we don't even know. Rollins. Well, that's if he can make it at that time.
Seth Rollins will be back. Seth Rollins will be back. His knee... I mean, he was in the ring this week, wasn't he? And to be honest, I know that they made out his knee was bad. His knee isn't as bad as they're making out. I think he's fit.
Quick,
I think he's...
From Cheney again, and this is on about Samoa Joe. This is I agree with this. Now there's a certain former champion who we know is fit enough to wrestle again. He's been going around with the live stuff at the moment. Who the certain Mr. Samoa Joe had a great feud with at NXT.
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
Possibly because he is.
He is
Allegedly,
fit. Yeah.
They reckon he could be back on Raw on Monday.
Yeah. Yes.
Fair.
I would love to see that. I would highly love to see that. And
so I've just I have just thought of something else though. We don't yet have an opponent for the Undertaker.
I think we already know where that's going to go, though.
Do you?
Yeah, and I think.
Do you think Roman?
I hate to say it, yes.
Because to be honest, I think whoever goes against the Undertaker, what you want it to be somebody who's going to really benefit from that match, and I think somebody like Joe could really benefit for that match.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Anyway, let's move on to our next match because it is time for, which I'm going to say when it loads up, the Women's Championship. I hope I've got this right. Yes, I do. Thank God. So it is our Raw Women's Champion Bayley versus Charlotte. Before we move on, the Saint says I think WWE will poach Grado from TNA and have him as a surprise opponent at WrestleMania. Who's Grado? I'm trying to think.
Yeah. So I think we could see the Hardys as well turn up with some guys at WrestleMania if they sign.
Yeah, well, I've got a feeling they're just going to show up at WrestleMania. With no indication. The thing is, you've got to do something with the New Day. And I don't want to see him facing Rusev and Jinder Mahal.
No.
That's been done to death.
No.
and
again, it just seems to be... They don't know what to do with Rusev at the moment, do they? That seems to be what I'm picking up. They don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
Because when he's US champion, he's amazing. And now he's not US champion. What to do with him?
Just make him do stuff. Anyway, let's stick with the match that we have here. It is, like we said, the Women's Championship. Bayley versus Charlotte. Oh, I'm so lucky that I don't know who Grado is. Thank God. I'll have to search it after this, though. So Bayley's our champion. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm
not
really
much
happy.
Longer, I don't think.
I
think everybody was happy.
I really don't want that to happen, though. I want Bayley to go into WrestleMania as the champion, and I don't want the same thing that happened last year, where we had Sasha Banks. Every time she beat Charlotte, it was during the a main event in Raw, and then when it came to the pay-per-view, what happened? Charlotte won it again. I don't want that. Yes,
I agree.
I understand.
And you know my view on this. I don't like these streaks. I hate it when we start talking about streaks because then the pressure on the storyline is then to keep the streak going.
And it doesn't really help where we're here doing predictions and we're looking at, well, she's always won at pay-per-view, so more than likely she's going to win again.
I think if she's going to lose a pay-per-view, then it'll be WrestleMania.
I just don't want that. I really do not want that. I'd be happy if her losing here at Fastlane, because
I'd be the same. I'd like to see. I'd like to see her lose it, and then I think we could have a main event at WrestleMania that is different.
Yes.
Probably a heel turn from Sasha Banks, and then that would be great. And do you not think?
I didn't think there. You basically just made me think that. Oh God, that would be great.
I think there's going to be a heel turn with Sasha.
Right. All right. My predictions already. I'm going to say this now. Bayley's going to win tonight. To win at Fastlane. Yes.
Yeah, Fastlane.
And like you said, Bayley's going to be celebrating. Sasha Banks comes out, all celebrating, and then there's the turn.
Do you think that'd be good? I'd like it to be that. Because I think there will be a turn between now and either between now and WrestleMania or at WrestleMania. There will be a turn. I think it'll be WrestleMania. I think what you've just said will be right.
Yeah.
I think that Bayley will beat Charlotte at WrestleMania, take the title back, and then Sasha will come out, and then there'll be the turn.
Right. We've got Saints and Cheney just here. So Saints says women's belt is like the dose of the flu. Everyone has it lately, from what I've seen. That's true.
Well, they do and they don't. The one thing that
Sorry,
seems to be constant.
it's been spread between 3 women at the moment.
It's been spread between 3 women, but the constant has been that coming out of the pay-per-view, it's always on Charlotte. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think something here. Oh my god, I just realised. So,
What?
the new, the Raw Women's Champion that we've got here right now, only 3 women have won it so far. Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. And look at SmackDown, they've had the same. It's only been Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, and Naomi.
But that's not a surprise, is it?
It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. But
as we've been talking, the problem is, okay.
Wait, has there been a new women's champion?
If you think about Raw,
yeah.
Outside those 3, who else?
No Jax.
Do you think is good enough to win it?
Well, I hate to say it, but as much as Nia Jax, I could see her winning it.
You could see Nia Jax winning it just because of the whole, strength thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of real talent, you're then starting to struggle, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, then again,
it's the same on SmackDown. If you think about SmackDown,
SmackDown is a bit
outside
different.
Becky and Alexa, Naomi was a bit of a surprise.
Mickey James
started to struggle, aren't we? Mickey James only just come back, and she's not that good.
Well, he's looking over at Raw as well, which I think a lot of us are expecting if Paige shows back up again. That's where she will end up going. Well, they're making a film with her at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, but not with her in it.
No, it's just her story.
Yeah, which I find bizarre. Yeah. But yeah, there you
go. Anyway, Shaney says, go with the jealousy angle. I can see that with the Sasha Banks Bayley fighting. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we're both going to see with that angle. I think it's the best angle to go with, and especially with Sasha Banks does want that championship back, and she wants to be at WrestleMania. And how do you do it? Well, why not fight your friend? And look, if I was given opportunity,
Sasha Banks is not going to be happy. Sasha Banks will not be happy being a Bayley cheerleader.
No,
well, that's not.
It's like, what's it called? If this is just a scenario, if Hanksy ended up winning any of the championships. Yeah, I would backstab him.
Absolutely.
And you would do vice versa, yeah.
And I'd do it with love, mate. But,
of course. That's what we're warning this. We're warning this now, Shimmy. We know you have a match at our WrestleMania Predicts against Aiden English for the CTG Championship. Just gonna say, Team Creeper is Team Creeper. Just watch your back. Because
absolutely,
we'll get it. Or even look at the Elimination Chamber. You knocked me bloody out of the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah. To be fair, I knocked most people out and then I lost.
Yeah.
Still sore about that.
So it's like the Hardcore Championship. When it was defended 24/7, you don't know who's the champ. Is it changed that much? Yeah, well, the best way you do it is, if there's a pay-per-view, more than likely Charlotte's not the champion, but she will be once she's walked out. SmackDown, on the other
that's
hand,
what's been happening, isn't it? Is the fact that she's been losing it on Raw,
and then getting it back.
Which I've got it. It's been refreshing because it's been nice to see a championship change hands.
Yeah, but there's refreshing, and then you see it 3 or 4 times. It's just
you just know what's going to happen.
But yeah. I'm going to say that Bayley is going to be walking away as champion after Fastlane, even though Charlotte has not lost at pay-per-view in singles competition. What about you, mate?
I just think I'd be surprised. I think Charlotte will win it. I'd be surprised. It does have to come to an end.
But you
I'd
think
be
it's going
surprised
to be
if they
WrestleMania?
didn't do it at WrestleMania, this close to WrestleMania.
Well, according to the game thinks that Charlotte is going to win her women's championship back as well. Now, as much as, like I said, I want to see Bayley, but if Bayley wins, I do see it being Bayley versus Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. If Charlotte wins it, on the other hand, I see a triple threat match again at WrestleMania. Which, okay, we had it last year, with Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I would be highly happy to see it again at WrestleMania this year.
I don't know. I'd like to see something different.
Well, let's make it a fatal four-way, and then we can put Nia Jax in it.
No, thank you. I'd like to enjoy WrestleMania.
Oh, come on. Well, I'm going to enjoy it because of what SmackDown's doing at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I'm looking forward to what SmackDown's doing. By the way, we need to discuss that. There's been an announcement today, Friday the 3rd, by the way, that on the SmackDown show for this week, it is going to be AJ Styles versus Randy Orton to see who will be facing Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. So I'm just going to say this now. I expect a draw.
I think it's
I'm basically
win.
I'm basically predicting a lot of triple threat matches at WrestleMania.
Randy's going to win. And it's going to be brilliant.
Jenny says I'd rather see Dana Brooke in there than Nia Jax.
Yeah, I'd agree. And we scored over this earlier, but I think Dana Brooke's got a bad. I think she's had a raw deal because I think, they were obviously setting her up at one point to turn on Charlotte and then there to be a Charlotte Dana storyline, and then it never happened.
I feel like we've said this many times, and I still agree with it. I think Dana Brooke was brought up to the main roster too early, and I still think she's been brought up too early.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, yeah.
Saints, it's Triple Mania with Triple H in every match. Yes, all triple threats.
Triple Mania, I love that.
It's Triple H versus Triple H versus Triple H. And then it's Triple H versus Roman Reigns, because Vince McMahon wants Roman Reigns there too.
To be liked.
Because he likes
him.
Please like him. Please like Roman Reigns, because that's what my next match I think is.
Big man. That's all I'm saying.
Talking about big men, it is now time for Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman.
The biggest of the men.
Oh God! I'm just gonna say this now. It's basically, oh come on, put Roman Reigns in a match during your pay-per-view, please, come on, I love him. Here, it's kind of bad now where people are wanting actually cheering Braun Strowman more in this match. Make Roman Reigns the timekeeper. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh. We've really.
I'll start with this. I'm going to throw this at them because I tell you, right. We go back to Nia Jax again. I'm going to whinge again about Nia Jax.
Go ahead.
And then I'll stop whinging against it.
Yeah.
Right. I'll stop whinging about it then. Right. 2 weeks ago on Raw, we had a match between The Big Show and Braun Strowman, which I don't think many people were really looking forward to. Didn't matter how many times Michael Cole told us that the ring had needed reinforcing and this was going to be an amazing match. I think most of us thought, oh God, really? Okay.
Oh, you've got to say.
However, it was a really good match.
I think.
And you had two guys who are big guys, who aren't able to do the athletic stuff that, the likes of Kevin Owens and that can do.
Yeah.
But it was still entertaining. And that's the thing. Nia Jax can't do all the stuff that the more able girls can do.
Yeah.
But she's not entertaining either.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing about that whole Big Show versus Braun Strowman match. I think where we actually saw them reinforcing the ring, that really helped. Thinking, oh God, this is going to be good.
Yeah. But even so, it was a better match than we were expecting.
Yes.
It was entertaining.
And
that's the problem with Nia Jax. She's not entertaining. She's boring.
What's she going to do? She's going to go in there and destroy someone. Okay. The thing is, I said Braun Strowman had that when we first had the brand split. He was there destroying everyone.
They did it with both of them. Didn't they? They did it with week after week with them both destroying jobbers. They've moved Braun Strowman on. They've tried to bring Nia Jax on, but Braun Strowman is entertaining.
Yes, I agree.
He's actually got some personality about him.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things. He's actually got some personality. She hasn't.
Yeah. I think
She
she's not been
hasn't.
given the opportunity though. That's the thing with Nia Jax. I think with
Yeah,
Braun Strowman,
but she's not good
has.
on. She's not good on the mic even.
No.
You know what I mean?
The thing is, with Braun Strowman, you got to think where the most entertaining we've seen him off the mic when he first was starting, it was him between him and Chris Jericho.
Yes.
But then again, it's like you've got Chris Jericho. He can make anyone look entertaining on a bloody mic.
Oh yeah.
Because he's just that goddamn good. He's Jericho. He is that good.
Yeah.
But there's one thing, and I'm going to say this now. There's one thing I'm never going to forgive Braun Strowman for. One major
What's
thing.
that?
He brought Ellsworth into the WWE.
He did. He did.
I can't get over that. I really cannot get over that. You brought that into the WWE. Boo on you.
Fair, they brought him in order to give Braun Strowman something to destroy. But yeah, I do agree.
Saying, still not loving the dark patch between Strowman's legs. It's very off-putting. Well,
it is weird, isn't it?
I like to point out, would you rather him not have those dark patches near his legs, or chances that his trousers will rip?
I'd rather have him some normal trousers.
Just
to
give
be
him
honest.
normal
Yeah,
trousers.
I do get what Saints is saying. It is odd.
Yeah, but it's Braun Strowman. Would you really want to go up to him and actually say, actually,
Well, I wouldn't say anything to him. You know, you wouldn't say, "Hey, Braun, you look like you pissed yourself," would you?
You just said that live. Someone basically just get that sound clip and send it to him.
I'm presuming that Braun Strowman doesn't listen to this podcast. If he does, sorry, Mr. Strowman.
No, I love Braun Strowman. He's a great wrestler, and I think, as I said, as a big guy, he's highly entertaining. And I think it's been with since the whole Survivor Series thing. He's just been more and more entertaining as he's been along. And I do feel sorry for him that he's now been stuck in a match with Roman Reigns.
I don't feel sorry for him. I think I don't. I'm not as anti-Roman as you are. You know that.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I'm anti-Roman and anti John Cena. Yeah, now at the moment I'm in a crossroad.
Yeah, I don't hate Roman. I think Roman's okay. I think he's come on a hell of a lot. He's better on the mic than he was.
Oh yeah.
And he's he's coming on. I think but he's I don't know.
I know
he's not
what
as
you mean.
entertaining as the other two, is he? That's the problem.
I
think the three of them in the Shield, and Roman isn't as entertaining as the other two, and he's always struggled because of that.
I want to talk about someone, like you mentioned earlier, we had Strowman versus Big Show.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Big Show, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, Braun, Pissy, you need some Pampers. Good luck saying that to him when you pick your head up from the back row. I've actually heard, and we've said this many times with many of the WWE superstars, but Braun Strowman, he's actually a huge geek.
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's been on up, down, down and stuff like that. He's actually hilarious. Rusev's the same as well.
He loves cosplay as
Rusev.
well, which is great.
Yeah.
We'll try and find a costume for Braun Strowman. They can.
No, it's obviously limited on the on what he can dress up as, isn't it, I suppose?
Then again, just saying this now, he's a WWE superstar. I would be less surprised that he's a geek. Because there is a lot of geeky people in WWE.
It seems to be, particularly at the moment.
Well, look at Jericho. He loves his geeky stuff. But anyway, going back to the point, talk about Big Show. Now, he's been getting. Well, have you seen some of the pictures of him? He's really been getting back into great shape. I think he's in the best shape of his WWE career.
Well, he's definitely best shape he's been in a long time.
Well, it sounds like it might actually be for nothing at the moment, because the rumours
Yeah, because the Shaq, it's not going to go ahead, is it?
Well, which I do feel sorry. You can't do that to someone like Big Show. It just... Hopefully WWE will find him a match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him as a new member of New Day with his unicorn horn on his head. Well, Braun Strowman. Yeah, I'd love that. But
that would be amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, with Big Show, I do kind of feel like they need to give him some kind of match. The thing is, the guy has been getting into shape for WrestleMania, and I think it's more like he has actually explained. His contract ends February next year.
Yeah.
Which, by the sounds of things, it might be his last WrestleMania.
Yeah, and he's not doing. He's only really doing. This year, in the main, he's been doing sort of more ambassadorial type work, hasn't he?
Well, he's been him and Mark Henry doing that kind of stuff now.
Yeah.
Which, it kind of makes sense. The thing is, how long has Big Show? Well, Big Show's been in WWE for God knows how long now, and
a long time.
And like I said, it's just we have no idea what's happening between here, the Shaq thing, and WWE at the moment. Hopefully,
it was a really weird idea in the first place.
It was a weird idea. I agree, but Shaq has been closely related to the WWE for so many years now. The thing is, it's always been him and Big Show have always had some kind of issue with each other whenever they're showing up on TV. And it kind of feels like I said, it's fallen flat on its face. I just can't see what kind. Alright, I could actually see what kind of match Big Show could have. Would you be interested in seeing him versus Braun Strowman again?
Possibly. Possibly. I mean, I'd say it was good.
Or
it was good.
Another thing, we haven't actually got this yet, and I expect at least one match to be this. A brand competition.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Big Show versus Baron Corbin. Oh no, we already got an idea who Baron Corbin might be facing.
Yeah.
There could be someone. Do you know?
Corbin's gonna be going up against Ambrose, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much set in stone.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll hopefully see Big Show have some kind of match, either against Braun Strowman or someone else. But he does need a match, and we can't wait to see what happens there. Talk about the other guy, Roman Reigns. Now, rumours are that it's going to be Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Because
you're looking forward to that, aren't you?
This has basically got me at a very horrible crossroad. Now, if people know me, I don't like Roman Reigns. I don't like John Cena. Yet, now I'm stuck in a situation where, who would you rather see? Undertaker face Roman Reigns, in other words, Vince McMahon's puppet.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking not a puppet on strings, but I'm thinking a sock puppet.
Yeah.
And John, my face is plastered everywhere for the past decade. Cena faced The Undertaker. And I would like to say this, but I would rather see John Cena face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Because I do not want to see Roman Reigns get that kind of push. And if you're trying to make him liked by the fans, don't put him against the goddamn Undertaker.
Well, yeah, but I think they're going to turn him. He's going to take a heel turn, isn't he?
What, Undertaker? How the hell are you going to turn Undertaker heel?
No, Roman.
Well, it's the best way for him to do that,
yeah. But he needs to.
But this whole
because
thing...
let's face it, he's getting more boos and cheers anyway, isn't he? So.
The whole thing this has been set up is that... It's because Roman Reigns looked at him funny during Royal Rumble after knocking him out.
It needs to be really worked on.
And you can already see that it's going this angle because you've got John Cena. And, well, we already got an idea what it's going to be. It's John Cena and Nikki Bella versus...
Versus The Miz and Maurice, which is bizarre.
Maurice, who hasn't wrestled in God knows how many years.
Yeah.
And The Miz... Well, you know I like The Miz. The Miz is cool.
Yeah, you like him. I don't.
And John Cena and Nikki Bella. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
That's your nightmare, that, isn't it?
Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to have a breakdown if that actually it's going to go through. Oh, God, I'm going to have a breakdown. Yeah. Oh, I've got to report on, I've got to do predictions on that next.
So do you think, so coming back to this, do you think Undertaker is going to get involved in this match?
Yes. Yes, don't say that.
Because they've got to start a feud, haven't they? Because there isn't a feud there at the moment.
I hope Undertaker does something, and I hope that's the reason Braun Strowman wins this match. Yeah, do you know what? No, do you want to know what I would like to see? And I doubt this will happen. I want to see Undertaker get involved in the Goldberg match, and then make that match into another bloody triple threat.
That'd be good.
Triple Mania, people. Let's hashtag Triple Mania.
Yeah.
But anyway, mate, who do you think's going to win this match between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman?
I think Braun Strowman will win it, and I think because the Undertaker will get involved in some way, and he'll lose it for Roman. That's what I presume is going to happen.
I think Braun Strowman's going to win this match as well, and I hate to say it, I agree. I think Undertaker is going to get himself involved in this match somehow. Either with his entrance will get himself involved in that match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's...
But he's got to do something, because otherwise, there's no feud, is there? So what's the point of the match?
Well, I think even if Undertaker did something, there's technically going to be no feud, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so. Well, knowing records, that means hopefully Undertaker will beat Roman Reigns when it comes to that. Hopefully. I really hope. I do not want, because that means Undertaker at WrestleMania has been beaten by a part-timer and someone who really, really pisses me off. Anyway, let's move on. I think it is time for our last match. Yes, it is. So it's time for the last match of Fastlane. Because we haven't actually mentioned what this goddamn pay-per-view is since the beginning. For the Universal Championship, Kevin Owens versus Goldberg. So, how long do you think Kevin Owens is going to last? My money's on 2 minutes.
You know what he deserves? I mean, this is it, isn't it? And this is what... I think you're probably right, and if it is, it's going to really piss me off.
It's going to piss
Goldberg isn't that good.
Goldberg is that good.
He's not that good.
Well,
he's not, is he?
Goldberg's kind of spoiled what's going to happen with this match already. Spear, jackhammer, pin.
Yeah. I'm bored of that.
Yeah, I'm starting to get bored of that.
I just think, well, look. No, and if that's what happens, because Bill Goldberg isn't fit enough anymore to actually wrestle properly, which is what it's really about.
I'm going to say this now, Mr. Goldberg. Look, we love when you do that to Brock Lesnar because, like I said, he's a part-timer. And it is actually kind of fun and entertaining watching someone who has dominated the WWE for the past 3-4 years get basically taken out in a minute and, what was it, a minute 26, something like that?
Something like that,
yeah. And it was fun watching you basically do the same thing again at the Royal Rumble by getting in there and basically throwing Brock Lesnar out in probably less time than that.
Yeah.
But when you're messing with someone who has been working for the past near enough, what has been nearly 2 years now?
Yeah.
With the main roster in WWE?
I think if
we're fans of him.
I think it's really disingenuous, I think, to Kevin Owens if they do this to him. Because I think you're right, he has worked so hard. I mean, that guy, he does all the live events, not just the television.
Yeah.
All of the live events that go on, he is there, And he's carried, certain amounts of Raw. He's carried it, particularly with Seth being injured towards the end, the end of the year and stuff. And he's been brilliant.
Yeah.
And to have him lose a title that quickly, I think, would be really, really disingenuous. And I hope they don't do it to him.
It's not just.
But I think they probably have to do it to him because I don't think Bill Goldberg is fit enough to be able to wrestle for any longer.
No. It's not just that. WWE, you've already done this.
Yeah.
You did this with The Rock, and the only reason we accepted it with The Rock is because it's the goddamn Rock.
It was The Rock. I mean, they got criticised for the stuff they did. They got criticised for the stuff they did with Sting.
Yeah.
The stuff with Sting, the storylines with Sting were 100 times better than this.
It's not, and the thing is, with going back to the Rock one, the difference is, yes, we understand who the Rock was facing at WrestleMania. It was John Cena.
Yeah.
We accepted that because at that time, John Cena was there day in, day out at that time.
Yeah.
This one, if Goldberg walks out as Universal Champion, you will get a lot of cannon fodder from this. A lot of people will hate. You will hear probably the biggest boos, well, the second biggest boos of the night. Compared to Roman Reigns.
I think it's shit. As I say, and then if what we're hearing is right, and the plan is for Kevin Owens to then take on Jericho for the US title, just feels like a demotion to me.
Right, I know this is going to be horrible because this match actually probably lasted longer than the actual match is going to be. I hate to say this. Who do you think
is going to win? I think Goldberg's going to win it, and I really hope I'm wrong.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to say Kevin Owens is going to be walking out as champion.
Yeah.
But the way that it's going to be, and he does still kind of tarnish it a little bit here.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's going to get himself involved.
I think you're possibly right because Lesnar hasn't got a match.
And I
hope you're right.
I really
hope you're right.
I really
hope you're right.
If I'm right.
I don't want. And it would be a lovely surprise, and it'd be shake hands with the writers because they've done something we didn't expect. And just lately, it's been a little, particularly on Raw,
especially Raw,
it's been a little bit predictable.
Yeah,
says us doing predictions.
The thing is, I feels now you can probably hear it in both our voices here. We really, really, really hope that the WWE does the right thing here and have Kevin Owens walking out as champion. The thing is, we have nothing against Goldberg. We've got nothing against Brock Lesnar. We think, yes, they're great wrestlers for what they do part-time, and we understand why they are part-time. The thing is, I don't even want to think what their pay packet is for what they're doing at the moment. It's just that...
Well, they were reportedly on... I think both of them were reportedly on deals around about 6 million.
Exactly. It's
because
just that...
and we know this because John Cena was unhappy, and I think in this case rightly so, in the fact that he was on a contract of 11 million, which is
it's a lot of money
but
still.
Was doing still a hell of a lot of money, but effectively he could actually quit, come back as a part-timer, and earn the same as them.
And he's proven it at the moment, hasn't he?
Quarter of the work.
Basically, that's what John Cena is doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh look, it was basically it's like bile. I've got to make fun of John Cena at least once in this in the pay-per-view predictions. But yeah, it's like I said. It's the thing is, like I said, we've got huge respect. The thing is, these guys have basically made a name for themselves in the most perfect way that they possibly can. It's just that. It will be more entertaining, and I think a lot of people will be happy when it comes to WrestleMania. If we do have Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, nothing else, no title on there, nothing like that.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy to watch that, but I don't want to. So I'm going to be really annoyed if we've got two part-timers fighting out to be who's going to be champion, because as we both said already, if Brock Lesnar wins it, he won't defend it.
No. The thing is, we've already been through this with him, and we don't want it again. I think that was the. That
he doesn't even come out. He doesn't even come out and bloody speak because Paul Heyman speaks on his behalf. And don't get me wrong, I love Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He doesn't. Oh no. I'll be annoyed.
I will be highly annoyed. So, like I said, this is our predictions. Please, the game thinks Goldberg's going to win.
Yeah.
Come on, WWE. Come on,
right,
WWE. We do not ask you a lot out of these, but this is not a prediction. This is please do the right thing and have Brock Lesnar interrupt this match.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Look, if you want to give Goldberg the championship, I'm always saying, wait until after WrestleMania. Let him have a little run after WrestleMania. Let's have that.
Yeah.
Because let's have it so that when it comes to WrestleMania, we have Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho Chris Jericho wins at WrestleMania. And then when it comes to the next Raw pay-per-view, which I'm going to guess is Payback.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. Have it that it's Goldberg versus Chris Jericho. And then, yeah, looking forward to Triple Mania now after your description of it. Yeah, same here. So, have it like that. That's all we're saying. Anyway, mate, that is our last match for our predictions. Oh my God, 4 weeks away, mate. It's 4 weeks away to Triple Mania.
We're all looking forward to Triple Mania.
Hashtag Triple Mania, people. Yes, it is 4 weeks away from WrestleMania. What we've heard from SmackDown so far, and mainly SmackDown, is basically SmackDown we're excited about here.
Yeah.
I am really looking forward to WrestleMania. So, anyway, guys, thank you for joining us for this. Hopefully our predictions are right. Hopefully, we don't know. Like we said, Fastlane is this Sunday, 5th of March. You can watch it on WWE Network. I would like to point out again, we are not sponsored. We are not being paid at all by WWE.
No, just very much enjoy it.
We just very much enjoy it, and we can't say it enough. It is worth it. If you are a fan of WWE and you love watching the pay-per-views, go get it, for crying out loud. Anyway, Hanksy, thank you for joining me, mates.
No problem. Enjoyed as always.
Looking forward to WrestleMania now.
Very much.
Yes. Until next time, always subscribe to us, like, comment on our channel, youtube.com/Crave Your Games. Until 4 weeks' time for WrestleMania. Until then, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.